Okay, guys, we are here with some Jund. Not just any type of Jund, we're here with some good old Boomer Jund. We are playing some old school cards, Liliana the Veil, Bloodbraid, Elf. But, as is with every deck, you gotta have a little bit of your fire in there. You gotta have a little bit of the new cards that are broken. As such, we've got Ren 6 and Endurance. Cut cards like, Dark Confidant, no Ragvan here as well. But, we'll see if this Boomer style Jund deck, Bloodbraid Elf, can get the work done. No layers of the dream done here. No Omega broken cards. Just a little bit. Just a couple broken cards, Make sure that we're not completely behind everyone else. Make sure that we're at least halfway, in here to help get us across the finish line. Okay. Opponent has joined the game, and they're going to reveal their companion eventually. We'll see when it's actually going to happen. Okay, opponents revealed their era. So maybe it's blue-white control, maybe it's elementals, I'm not quite sure. But being on the play, I think I can understand even though we don't have a 1, because Ren 6 is very, very good, and it's basically going to be a draw like 3 to 4 depending on what our opponent's actually playing. Blue-white control it is. You'll get Overgrown Tomb. Hang on, Overgrown Tomb here. Getting Ren 6 out is a big game. Big, big game. This could still be elementals actually with that fetch. Although I do think it is blue-white control. Hope they will not be this slow the entire time. Blue-white control it is. Mystic Gate. What's this? Prismatic ending? Okay. That is annoying, but very beatable because we have backup Ren 6. Another Ren and 6. This fetch for a Blood Crypt tapped. Plus to get this land back into our hand and pass the turn. If we ever get to a Ren 6 ultimate, I can't imagine losing this game. So that's always a good place to be in, It's always a good place to be in. Another prismatic ending? Come on. Well, they don't have another land, so that's good. I get to jam this Bloodbraid Elf, which is also good. Hopefully we find... I guess I'll take an Endurance, a tarmogoyf, a... Can't hit a Kolaghan's man. Liliana the Veil? Okay. Not the biggest clock, but, puts them on like a 3-turn clock if they don't really have anything to do, so that's good. We can also fire up the Raging Ravine next turn. I feel pretty reasonable about our spot. Fire up the Ravine. Because what they can have is Archmage's Charm, Solitude, don't care too much about those cards. What's going on here? We have Ice. That's fair. Ice is pretty good at completely stopping my game. So they're on Jeskai. That is annoying. Ice there was very annoying. Black and Sack deck with 1-3, definitely Paladar in there. Maybe Tron. Tron is a very bad matchup, I believe. Verdict. I'll hit him for 4 here. So they have Solitude. If they had Solitude here, then that's pretty big beating for me. Don't. Play this tapped. And then we can double Kolaghan's command our opponent and make it so their fetch lands are completely turned off. Okay, they've seen enough. Hand is pretty good against ours, but I mean, they whiffed on a land drop for a turn, and our hand was also fairly good against them. Let's see, what do I want? Will doesn't seem too bad. I don't want some of these cards because Fail Push essentially does nothing. Lightning Bolt also essentially does nothing. Abrupt Decay is also pretty bad, same with Terminate. I assume they're going to have some things to Abrupt Decay. Lightning Bolt, I think, is going to be largely pretty bad. Collect Brutality, I think, is fine. It's just another Thoughtseize style effect to get through a counter spell, but maybe is bad comparative to some of my other cards I can play. They don't play Snapcaster Mage anymore, so I think this is what I'm going to do. Abrupt Decay for like 3 mana Teferi. Shark tokens potentially show up as well. I think this is fun. Hate tutor decks, not too inexperienced. Know what to get. That's fair. Usually with tutor decks, most of the time it's just tutor for your broken card, which is just like Yamakiller. Hand is a little bit suspect, but I am going to keep it because we're on the draw. We can draw a land or two to really get our hand going. I have a lot of things that I do like about it. Let's see, what do they got? Teferi and Prismatic Ending. I'm going to take Teferi. Not that worried about the Prismatic Ending in their hand. Not 100%. Oh, sorry. I'm literally thinking of my brain. I have two different things because my roommate is asking me questions about something, and then I also have what I'm talking about in the game, and they just literally jumbled up in my head right then. That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny when stuff like that happens. Sometimes when you have two like completely separate thoughts, and they sometimes mix and match. I guess I'll thought seize and then play tarmogoyf here. Escapes are gone. They have Archmage's Charm. That's fun. Oh, they drew two cards. Okay, I see. Solitude, Shark Typhoon, Shark Typhoon. Dramatic ending. I'm gonna take a Shark Typhoon here. Obviously, if I knew that that was what their hand was going to be, I would have just taken out the Triumph. Dramatic ending. Expected. I think I'm just gonna Bloodbraid Elf them here. They don't really have a clean answer to it, I don't think. Ooh. It's actually not as good because I can't get my timer. If I could get my timer goes back, that would be a lot better, but not quite. I mean, we're gonna get rid of a spell here, which is always good for us. Fire Ice. Okay. They don't really have a clean answer for Bloodbraid Elf at the moment, which is nice for us. We gotta start putting in damage. If they play like another island, I can hit them with the boil as well. It's gonna do nothing here. They're gonna most likely Shark Typhoon, and then I'm gonna boil them afterwards. Let's go get Swamp. Will. Orlando you? Seems good to me. Seems good to me. Let's see. Have two cards in their hand that we don't know about. Two cards we do know about, two cards we don't. Just nothing? No land either? I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Start them. We could plus, but I think just getting rid of the shark here is good. Makes them want to like use Solitude on my Bloodbraid Elf as well, I think. We can start getting in with the Raging Ravine next turn. Thing is, if they, maybe that sacrifice is bad, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine because we're making it so they don't have like, if they have Archmage Charm in their hand, they can't like get out of it that way. Just one land as well, and we can just start kind of putting them in a Liliana lock. We get to like cast their spells and they don't, and then we're gaining like tons of advantage. That's my hope here. Kind of the game plan I was looking to do, and they've seen enough. Jund, Boomer Jund on the board. Want to know? I think we got kind of lucky there with how our opponent's mana was in both games, and am I really gonna complain? I don't think so. I don't think I should complain. I think I should, be happy. It's Thursday the Dream Den. I will keep the sand. Kind of sucks that my Ren 6 is not the greatest, but still good enough for me, I think. It's unfortunate. Our mana kind of sucks actually a lot here. Because this why they're coming to play tapped on 4, or we can't play our Endurance on 3. Hopefully they don't play discard on turn 1. Instead they play like Ragavan or DRC, and then I just get a Ren 6 it. Oh, they're on worse. I mean, they're on Hammer Time. That's just a bit more interesting for me. I may just bolt this Ornithopter. I'm definitely gonna bolt this Ornithopter. I think this matchup should be fine-ish. We have a lot of cards on the board, like Ancient Grudges and Ease. Deal with what they're doing. My opponents have decided to, like, in their first couple turns, just play ungodly slowly. Another land that I did not really want to see. And because, like, I still want to have a land to get back with Ren 6, but now I have 5 lands in my hand, so, like, I'd be drawing another land that doesn't come back with Ren 6, which is just, like, fairly frustrating, because we kind of just have a Ren 6 that isn't really doing anything, and then some other stuff. And our Bolt ended up, like, kind of trading poorly here as well, because we traded with an Ornithopter. Didn't trade Charma, so John matchup. I could see Charma being better. It's possible. It's my opponent's hand. Okay, that is annoying. Wow, it's a lot of Springleaf Drums. Pass the turn. I think I need to try and get my endurance down, start getting things going. Sucks is like in these matchups, especially when I'm kind of flooding out already. I mean, I did keep a 4-lander, just drawing a land kind of hurt. And Ren 6 basically just lands Although, if we do get to the emblem, then I think we can't lose. Is that they have Lurrus of the Dream Den, which is always looming over me. Man, it's great for me. Okay, there. That does nothing, unfortunately. I don't want to just shoot down the Giver of Runes right now, but I may do it. On their turn, I will see. I don't think I have any sorcery speed removal spells in my deck at the moment, so I can even just like wait till my turn, shoot it, and then shoot the Lurrus immediately afterwards if I do draw something. Fortunately, we kept a 4-laner and drew 2 lands, none of which interact with Ren and 6 favorably. It's almost the worst part. They have Lurrus and 2 unknowns in their hand. And seemed to play out pretty badly. I'm not sure what they actually kept in the opener. Just Lurrus, like, okay, sure. I kind of just need to protect my Ren into, okay, sauce. It's annoying. Send Lurrus out. My position doesn't really accomplish anything. Just gonna plus again. Black Leaf Bliss past the turn. Maybe I was supposed to play Rune Tomb on tap, so then I could like no, maybe. Not quite sure. Sauce, you're saying that you got gifted this sub, but at this point, it's been long enough. It's almost like you resubbed. Got it 23 days ago. Okay, sauce, yeah. Only 1 week left, I know. Big Sedge. In I don't have any good attacks to deal with this Ren ultimate, which I'm gonna do. Nothing can stop me from Ren ultimating now. Just way too good. That was like pretty bad tapping by me. What is their hand? Just like 3 hammers? It's like that's their hand. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so they were sandbagging at least a land. Okay. Then I will lightning bolt here, and then I'll Inquisition them next turn. My plan right now. And I would have waited a turn, I guess. Hammerhand. Why would they concede there? Game's not over quite yet. Like, depending on what's in my hand, they could just, draw Cigar to 8 and just kill me. Basically, so that was interesting. I mean, I was gonna Maelstrom Pulse here, attack with this, and then put them on. They have to draw Cigar to 8, and then if they do, I block with this and kill them the next turn. So they didn't really have any outs. I guess they could have drawn Pure Steel Paladin, play Hammer, draw something else. Still, not great for them. Green these. I mean, we flooded out, but they flooded out just as well. So let's see. What do I want to cut? Liliana the Veil seems pretty poor in this matchup. They're largely going to have a lot of like creature on the board that I don't care about. I think. Here for 2 days to get Mythic from Bronze for the PTQ. Huh. What did you play? Limited? Reconstructed? It's pretty funny. I like all the cards that I'm bringing in. Now, what is a card that I don't necessarily want? Maybe I'm supposed to cut a Thoughtseize. I can see that being the case. Cut a Thoughtseize. Sure. Yeah. I don't really understand like the way that Arena works and like how they choose to do events, like when the next T is and like what the prize pool and all that stuff is. I just like play PTQs on Magic Online. Mostly because of the mocks. Yeah, mocks leaderboard points, although I kind of am dead for any leaderboard because there's like already people that are like insanely ahead, like guys like Binu basically already have a leaderboard spot locked up based on the points that we saw last season. He needs to like basically needs to never top 8 an event ever again. Like any Mox event, he needs to not top 8 forever. The rest, he's already top 8 at every single one of the showcase qualifiers, which gets him like at the very least 20 points. I'm pretty sure he like top 4 at a couple of them, so getting like 22. I think green white tokens any chance in the meta? I don't think so. Like it depends on where you want to be playing in the meta. If you're talking about like leagues, it could be fine. Talking about like a big tournament, I would say you're like close to 0%. This hand cannot beat an Esper Sentinel. I'll probably have to mulligan it. Did they update the leaderboard actually? Yeah, he's at 22 points already. So it's like nothing. I mean, technically I'm on there, but it's like nothing for me basically. I was like hyped because I like did well in like one of the PTQs at the beginning, and then realized like I just pressed kept out of. Ugh. Well, I said I was gonna mulligan this hand, and then I kept it anyways. So yeah, I hope they play it turn 1 Esper Sentinel and just punish me. Okay, Cigar is 8. I can probably do that. A chance to beat it at least. Perfect. Perfect draw, exactly what I was looking for. See what they got. Well, at least they didn't play their Esper Sentinel on turn 1. I definitely would have lost to it. Definitely meant to mulligan, just I just brain farted. I will probably just let them draw a card off the Esper Sentinel and then kill it. And is one unknown. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to let them draw a card here, I think. Esper Sentinel is like, it's one of my favorite cards to play with because it's like broken and people don't play it enough, I think. but it is one of my least favorite cards to play against because it's broken. I've been seeing people talking about Squid Game that's on Netflix, like a new Netflix Korean show. It's like horror-esque show. I'm watching it. I got to like episode 5 now, I think. And it's kind of like whatever. I feel like it's not that good. I feel like it's kind of feels a little bit generic and just like I don't really care about any of the characters all that much. Maybe I just don't get it. Something. It's just another card that's so much better to play. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's just a lot of cards that are just like incredibly good when you're on the play and like kind of medium on the draw. Like an E0, but I kind of just get Ornithopters. So I don't think I actually care about getting Ornithopters. I'd much rather EE1 like later. Almost surely gonna have to like I think we get. I didn't see that one. Think I'm just gonna fatal push. I don't think I'm gonna fatal push the Stoneforge Mystic quite yet. YouTube sub, I'm not gonna complain about that one. Let crypto think is what I want here. You make sure I play my land. How's the deck? Well, we're so far we're 1-0 and we're up a game right now, so not gonna complain how the deck's been playing. I accidentally cut this hand and it ended up working out pretty well. That's good. What are gonna do, Paladin? Still Paladin. Okay, sure. I'll fatal push that. Push. I was going there, girl. Reason to crack the E yet. Stomp around. I can fatal push the pure steel paladin. They play the hammer and get something out of it. 8. Just gonna, I'll bite the bullet. I'll bite the bullet. They'll get your card, but then they lose the hammer. So I don't really want to feel about that. So trading the hammer in for a card, that's fine. All that we're gonna have is this Lyris of the Dream Den that's gonna be coming down later. That's the real problem. Hmm. It's the real problem. Like, not so bad. A million lands though. Unfortunate. So just crack this now. Not sure we can win this game without some extraordinary thing happening for us. They have like 3 spells in their hand. Wait, what? What just happened? What just happened? How did they crack Silent Clearing? That's a problem as well. How do you crack Silent Clearing there? What is the reason? Why would you not just put Lyris in the hand? I mean, unless you drew exactly Urza Saga. Which, sucks for me. That's pretty funny sauce. I'm not sure what I'm gonna play for the Popper PTQ this weekend, because I'm gonna play it. I'm just gonna be like sad playing it, but I am gonna play it. I am gonna stream it. I haven't streamed like a weekend event in a long time. Popper rounds are long enough usually where I can stream it and like actually be playing rather than just doing nothing. That could be good. Yeah, I don't like playing blue black. Blue red was kind of fun though, so I may just play that. It's just like I was hoping there'd be something better. I played like elves last week. Elves kind of crushed my blue black opponent, but when I played against blue red, they just like cast electric with counterspell back, and I lost. I lost like a suffocating fumes out of blue black once as well. Apparently they had like one and like mono black control. I played against mono black control, and that is like an ungodly unwinnable matchup. Still strong, yeah. Not the biggest fan of Affinity though. Yes, this. So I don't have to deal with any of this stuff. I think mono black control is not a good deck, but I played against it a couple times in Pauper. And then I like actually got bugged out, but I couldn't ask for reimbursement because on my screen it showed that they had a creature that was tapped, while on their screen it wasn't tapped. I lost because of it, and it really tilted me. I can't bolt here because they just activated Claw. So why did they not attack with Stoneforge Mystic? The exact turn that I drew Endurance, and they attacked on the previous turns. What made them change their mind on that one? What made them change their mind? Actually, I just realized that. Like, why did they stop attacking when they attacked the 2 turns before? Why did they not attack on the exact turn that I? And they conceded in that weird spot in the other game too. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like way, way warier of the stream snipers nowadays. Sauce. They said if they found that out, then I would get permabanned. It's really annoying because there's definitely a bunch that I've wanted to file for reimbursement, but just can't. And I stream, so like it's very obvious to see if I'm doing something or not. Yeah, but the Black White Pestilence deck can never beat Tron ever. People are still playing Tron. It just like feels a little bit suspect how they've been playing so far in these games. I don't think I can win like regardless. Still, they're also down 8 minutes on time, which is annoying as well. I have 0 fetchables, so I have 4 literally dead cards in my hand that do not do anything. 5 years of bugs. I mean, I have actual 5 dead 5 dead cards in my hand that are Texas. I mean, just flooded out a bit. Kept a hand that was bad on accident because I accidentally pressed sketch while I was talking to chat. Nothing too absurd about what happened. Yeah, I don't think I want Fulminator Mage still. Kind of wish my Fulminators were Alpine Moons, but they're obviously better in the first match as Fulminators than Alpine Moons. Keep Cascade decks. I mean, Tron got second in the most recent event, right? I think good draws blue red beat good draws black, but okay, I see what you're saying. It's tapped. Well, Nurturing Peatland's a good pickup because it will work well with future rents that we can draw. I think I'm just gonna EE for 1 and play the board. I mean, Black White Pestilence doesn't have like the worst matchup against the Delver decks. It's like serviceable, but the thing is like they're serviceable against that deck and like pretty bad against the rest. That's the problem, right? Yep, this is very good against me as well. Too. So pass turn. I think I'm gonna get Overgrown Tomb with my Bloodstained Lyre. I technically like have answers to the Urza Saga, but it's just annoying. It is very annoying. It's kind of weird how they're just like how they're deciding to play with this versus my hands, but you know, it's their own. Yeah, that is a nice pickup. That's a very nice pickup. I think the 2 damage they can do with Sanctifying back is essentially meaningless compared to the damage that I'm going to be doing to them because I actually get my clock going. Okay, sure. Oh my god, it enters the exile zone. I'm such an idiot. I forgot about how Sanctifying Beck works. Okay, that was pretty bad. That's a big flip by me. That was a big flub, but I don't think it would have necessarily changed much anyways. Definitely was a mistake, because I didn't know that's what was going to happen. Running this down so much time, at least I gotta add something to the, at least I get to add to the, what's it called? Okay, it's annoying. People. If I find an another EE, that would be nice. First possible draw. Not a bad draw either. This. I'm gonna wait on the K command in hopes that they like empty their hand. I get to eat their Luris with it. What do I listen? Are you asking what I'm listening to right now? Right now, I'm listening to the Ratchet and Clank 1 original soundtrack. I my friend, while I was making the YouTube short that I made for my main channel, out of I thought it came out pretty good. There's some spots that were a little bit weak about it, but I didn't. I thought the video was pretty good. Okay, okay, sure, it's fine. Sure. This is what I was hoping for. Like then I can kill this, destroy this. How do you know attacks there? What? What are you doing, opponent? How do you know attacks there? It's so weird. My opponent's plays just like don't make any sense to me at all. So confused by their plays. I mean, I'm gonna lose now at this point. I mean, these plays just make me think that they're stream sniping. It's the way that they're playing. That's all that makes me think. Okay. And they're just ungodly slow as well, which doesn't help. I think I have to stay back now. That was actually a pretty nice draw for me. God, they're so slow. They're gonna time. I mean, they're not gonna time out, but they're getting close to time. I need to draw something to deal with this Luris, or else I'm almost surely dead. But I can. Also, I'm gonna be really sad. Not quite deal with the Luris, fortunately. Maybe I was supposed to attack the Ragebringer being there, actually, but not quite sure. Hanan, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. This is like the worst case scenario for me, obviously, that this happens. Okay, I need to draw like EE, maybe? EE's my out. K command. Bolt. That doesn't really do anything, unfortunately. I'm gonna lose this game because I think they sniped me based on how they played both games 2 and 3. But nothing I can really do about it. I had a draw step where if I hit, I probably win. If I don't, I probably lose. And I've done the draw step, unfortunately. I may still be able to win this game, although it's gonna cost me a lot. If it costs me a lot, I'm gonna need to draw specific cards. That is not one of them. Okay. Need to draw like Kolaghan's command or something. Okay, I'm just dead instead. That's frustrating to lose this match. At least I will get something out of this. Okay. Best desktop. Yeah. Next card. If I could have killed this plus this, well, killed this, return tarmogoyf, like kill this, I could have won, but I think my opponent was just stream sniper, but nothing I can do about it. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Felt like very stream snipey from game two, but maybe I'm just complaining a bit too much and just lost fair and square. Could be the case. Could be I'm just a bit of a complainer. You know, them being so slow made me, think about random stuff. No lands, no go. This can work. I'll ditch the forest, I think. Forest. Untap, so I guess I'm playing as blue-red Murktide. Don't want to play this Rating Ravine out because I want to play Liliana on turn 3 if possible. Thought Scour. Oh no, this is much worse. This is the stone unwinnable matchup. I mean, I have 3 endurances, but besides that, this matchup is close to unwinnable. It was unwinnable in the past, and it definitely has only gotten worse. Ready for this to get brazen borrowed or something, but it didn't. Which is nice. Alright, well, bad matchup is bad. Unfortunately, it gets to it always feels bad when you're like, okay, really close matchup, a really close game, round 2, and then round 3, you're just like, okay, worst matchup imaginable immediately afterwards. Just feel bad. Like Abrupt K is like a stone dead card in this matchup. I literally cannot beat this board. So I have 2 dead cards in my I have basically 3 dead cards in my hand and 2 lands, so I'm not gonna cut it. Let's bring in now Spellbomb. Probably not the greatest. Fulminate Mage can do some work. Cut Fatal Pushes, cut Abrupt Decays. Ults kind of suck too. This card kind of sucks too. Like, I just. Matchup is really bad. Like, I think this is the nightmare matchup. This is my, like. This is my nightmare. So let's see. Maybe it's possible I just want to bring in Boyle. Just like. I think I would just want to bring in all the cheese cards because I have so many cards that do nothing. I don't think we want Terminate. I think I want Ults over K commands. I just think I have so many bad cards that this is what I want to do. Just go for the Omega Cheese. I don't really see a way to win besides the Omega Cheese. So I expect to lose, but the ways I expect to win is my opponent not being able to do anything. If this is a hand I can get behind. This is a hand I can get behind. This is a hand I can get behind, let me tell you. Blackleaf plus Inquisition Cossack. They've got them both, eh? At least I can make them use a main phase. Really seems bad. I mean, Liliana can at least can put them in a spot in which they're not going to have like ways to continue to cycle or ways that I can like hit their lands. Foundation Breaker, okay. Yes, Endurance is obviously the best possible card that we could have. Like these are the type of hands. If Boil was just replaced by like maybe Fulminator Mage or like another discard spell, maybe Renin 6. Like if this card was switched with something else, I think this is like close to the best possible hand that I could have. And it may not, still may not be good enough. Yes, Endurance. Luckily, I don't think that. Oh, they really just have like. That's kind of brutal that they just had that as well. But nothing we can really do about it, obviously. Hit. The greatest hit, but serviceable, potentially. They just lose to a Street Wraith. I'm not sure we can actually beat a Street Wraith here. I'm gonna be honest. Not sure that we can beat a Street Wraith. Not sure that we can beat a Street Wraith. Mm-hmm. Well, here. Fortunately, I have swamps, so I don't really have a way to actually beat this separately out of the Veil. It has nothing to. Just dead, right? Yeah, I think I'm just dead actually. I don't have anything. Like my hand is just like lands a boil that is essentially textless. I don't know. Jeez. I gotta go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. See, even just a lone street raid. Okay, we're back. By conceding, the game was over. What do you mean? I had no ways to win. How do I beat this board state? If this is my hand, how do I beat this? And they play Curator Mysteries. I'm a 10. Endurance, like chump the Curator. Boil is textless. I can boil them and stop the Curator for a turn, but then I'm going down to 9 instead. How do I beat this? Like I didn't really see a way to win. Technically, we could have won if we hit like Liliana the Veil. They drew only lands. We draw like another Liliana the Veil. They draw only lands, and then we can win. But like, I don't know. I don't really want to play those games out where it's like that, which I think has to happen for a very, very long time. No green mana, but we're on the draw. We have 2 castables. I'll keep this. Stop the Wraith with the second endurance. How do we stop it? It has swamp walk. We have a swamp. Uh, I'm confused about what my opponent's deck is, but my hand is good if I draw a green land. If I don't, I think my hand is fairly bad because my Inquisition doesn't do anything, and I can't cast my spells. I gotta close my door fully. Okay, green land right here. Bam, easy green fetch land. See, guys, just have to have. You need to be one with your deck. You need to be one with your deck. When that happens, you're going to be able to draw the green fetch land exactly when you need to, and exactly when you want to, and you're going to be able to do exactly everything you need to do, except for beat Living End. That matchup's impossible. But Esper cards I own, now that is a matchup I can beat. Pitch. Pitch in the end. Resolved. Oh, you mean make it so I have literally no cards? That seems pretty bad. Um, Played Mystic Gate. They played Flooded Strand. There's only one card we don't know about. Guess all Inquisition and hope for the best. Seems kind of bad though. Yeah, it was bad. Like I guess I should wait till they play their Mole Drifter. Probably. I'm just like hate just passing the turn because I don't want to use my K command. Just like do nothing. That's incredibly frustrating. Good old, they have it on the top of their deck, not in their hand. At least they didn't minus, so I gotta have a clean answer to it. At least I gotta have a clean answer. I'm not gonna complain too much. Yep. You're a Bloodbraid Elf. You're something good. Got something good. They have Verdict and 3 unknowns. I wanted to minus because at least if they Prismatic Ending my Liliana, it's not the end of the world. Okay, now I understand what my opponent's doing. That was obviously like an insanely bad situation for me. Okay. I now have a better understanding of what my opponent's deck is. Alright. Something I can get behind. Wanted to play out my Bloodbraid Elves even though they discarded the verdict, which makes me think that they have another verdict. I still wanted to play it out because of K Command getting it back and making discard is going to be a really good line. especially when I've got Liliana the Veil out. And pass. And hit Liliana pass. That's interesting. I'll just discard my land here. I have to have this player, right? Solitude? I did not expect that. Discard, kill the Solitude. They have Ephemerate here, I'm gonna be pissed. Wow, they actually have Ephemerate? Okay. They just had Ephemerate there, I would have literally lost my mind. I would have lost it. They hit on barrel rights. Oh my god. That's pretty good. I have to discard a card. Yeah, I should have gotten rid of this. I didn't realize I had a discard a card. That's pretty bad. God, it's so brutal for me. I can still win the game, but they are up like a million cards now. Yeah, I guess they are playing Chalice and aren't they? Definitely makes Ephemerate worse. Dramatic and just have another mold. Are they just, how many mold drifters are they playing? It's insane. God. Yeah, I don't know. My opponent's deck seems incredibly well placed to beat me. A million, like, 2-for-1s in their deck. Oy, oy, oy. Fatal Push is off the table. God, Abrupt K seems kind of bad. I mean, I'm not that concerned with Chalice of the Void. Opponents just. Opponents seem to have the goods today against me. Then again, I am playing Jund, so everything's good against me. Everything equals the goods. Everything equals the goods, you know, it gets a bit harder. So, can Nile Spellbomb, Fulminator on 2, or Fulminator on 3, and then double Blood Braid. I cannot believe they're playing Celestial Colonnade. That's just too absurd for me. God, my opponent's deck is something else. My opponent's deck is something else. Counterspell. It's gonna get counterspelled here. Gonna hit their Celestial Colonnade. To do make Reanimator with Ball Drifter. I mean, I've literally never seen my opponent's deck before, so I mean, at least the variation that they're playing with. Maybe Doomwake added the card to his deck, but I haven't watched Doomwake. Basically, I haven't really watched Doomwake in a long time because we stream at the exact same times nowadays. He used to stream after me, but now he streams at this time, so I'll probably get to watch him. So if he has any, special bruiser decks that don't exist to me. Oh, perfect! I hit one of the few cards that does absolutely nothing. Situation. Spectre. Amazing all around. The way my mana is here is really unfortunate. These don't have black land, unmarked grave persist. That would be pretty brutal. I guess they can just do this and then persist. Which also suck for me. I think I had to make that play just because of how my mana is. Just discarding 2 more faithful mendings. Okay, I can get behind that. At least. 6 not first. There's some way to deal with my Ren 6 and speed before I can use it here. Are they going to counter my Bloodbraid Elf or what's happening here? Prismatic ending, prismatic ending, Molddrifter. I'm going to take Molddrifter. Do this out, pass the turn. Well, they kind of had a clean answer, but I still got a 3-for-1 because I got the land as well. Plus, should be on the bill. I guess we can just do this. Make them discard, return my Bloodbraid Elf to my hand, so they can't use the prismatic ending. Red, black. Now I think we're actually in a fine spot. We're in a fine spot. If we didn't deal with that Molddrifter, I think I would have been in a pretty bad spot. Assume they're going to use one of the Faithful Mendings in the yard. I'm not going to crack this just yet. I want to get a card off of it. I'm fine with them like getting to look for 1 card here. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think, at least. Alright, seen enough. We only brought in 1 Fulminate Mage. We had it on turn 3. Wasn't even that good, actually. Spoil better here. They have like a lot of check lands and stuff, so Boyle seems kind of bad. They're playing Mystic Gate and other random stuff, so I'm not the biggest fan. I'm just gonna do this. Just run it back. Opponent, what's going on here? What are we waiting for? So probably mistake. Big monitor this weekend. Play any deck. What would you play? The 89 rounds plus stop it. What would I play? Is this like the Puget Sound Battleground? That's the only thing I could think of an event. See, it's like that. What deck would I play? If it were me personally, what deck? For me personally, I would definitely heavily consider Eldrazi Tron or Grixis Luris. Those are decks that I've just been playing a lot of. What decks do I think are possibly the best? Probably Jund Saga. Probably go with Jund Saga. I think that deck is pretty broken. Burn's not that bad. I thought about Puget Sound Battleground, and then I realized I would have to take like a Bolt Bus or something, and that sounds like kind of awful. I would have to like bug people to see if I could live with them for like a day. Yeah. Burn's not bad as well. Burn is pretty reasonable. I personally wouldn't play Burn, but that's just because I don't really want to play Burn in a big event like that. And I think it could be good. Literally this time. Obviously, the Nightmares, they do that, and then they persist it back, but I think I still have to make the play here. Just lose to it some amount of the time. Yep. I knew that this was going to happen some amount of the time, and I was fine losing to it. I was fine just saying I'm dead to it. Because I think going Bull plus playing out tarmogoyf is going to be worse in the long term. I think we have to try and think about long term game plans. That's something that I have to do. So, yeah, no, Hammer's very reasonable deck to play as well. Kind of funny. I think there's a lot of like, hmm, um, I think there's a lot of decks that kind of use the same shell of cards. It's like Luris and or DRC Monkey that are basically all very very powerful. A chance for Gen 5-0. I feel like I got pretty unlucky here, and then I played two what I believe to be pretty bad matches for me. Leaning towards Eldrazi partly because the granular decks attacks for long term. I've been wondering at them. Yeah. I wish I could go to that event and had a deck to play and it was like free for me and didn't like cost me time and money. You know, if all those things were together, I'd be pretty happy to go play in the event. There's been people that have been trying out Blue Red Murktide with Urza Saga in it. I wanted to kind of try out one of those decks. Ragavan and Jun, not today. We wanted to go full boomer today. I want to go full boomer. I found a deck list and was like somewhat interested. The Shadow Angler steps. That sounds awful. Dogmoth 22 Chip Town. Huh. That's a name. It looks so promising after our match one, and then I realized like we have the problem that just other decks don't have anymore in modern, which is like we can flood out. Other decks can't really flood out. So it's like that is kind of the big situation with Jund right now, is that like I can flood out and other decks can't. And I think that's why you like can't really play this deck anymore. Because like why would I play a deck that can flood out when I can basically play the same power level, if not higher, on a deck that won't flood out ever? It's really really makes it hard, you know, for things for it to make sense. Right? Very, very hard to really play a deck where you're just gonna flood out. Fortunately, we don't have tarmogoyf in our hand, so we're probably gonna lose this game against Burn. The card that matters the most in this matchup. Lose. I think I just have to shock here and terminate it. Fortunately, that is what I gotta do. I don't really have a clock, so we're probably gonna lose as well. And like my mana is really awkward with how my hand looks against burns, so lots and lots of downside to what our hand is right now. Alex MW14, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that a lot, man. If you're in the area to play play Puget Sound Battleground, there we go. We may have actually met in real life because I'm from Oregon, so I'm relatively close to there. I played up in the Seattle area before. I always wonder if people remember me from like events and stuff. I think I'm gonna go with Liliana here. I think Renin 6 essentially isn't a card for me, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I remember I remember this one time. It reminded me for some reason of this one time I played in a event in Portland. It was like a PTQ. I was playing my winning in for top 8, and my opponent in the last round, I was pretty upset because he was playing a matchup that I thought was kind of bad for me, and he got me a couple different times with like random spells that I had not seen all day. And I say like I say at the end of game one, we both have a draw at this point. I got a draw because I was 1-1 and was like about to lose a game that had gone to time and barely squeaked out a draw. My opponent was just a slow player and he drew with his control deck. And at the end of game one, I say, okay, you're gonna need to play quicker if you want us like if we get to a game 3, we're gonna draw if you don't play quicker. He said, if you think I'm playing slowly, go call a judge. I said, okay, call the judge over it. He was super pissed. It's not looking good for us, boys. He was super pissed. Like, okay, I mean, I don't know what you wanted. You asked for this. You asked me to call a judge. May be able to win this game if they draw really, really badly for turns. Call judge. And then I start kind of cursing underneath my breath because I'm like pissed that I'm losing. And then at the end of the game, I go like, okay, whatever, like good game. Like I say, good games, good luck in the top 8. Shake his hand, and done. And uh, he then says, he then 3 months later goes into Gabriel Nassif's chat when I'm playing against him in like round 1 of a modern challenge. I just realized I forgot to crack this. Please don't drop Blood Red Elf. The max punish me. Playing in first round, he's going like, "Oh, I remember I played against this guy. He was so rude and just like shit talking me the whole time and all this stuff." I was like, "It's a little bit, it's a little bit much. You're, exaggerating a bit of the story." And I don't really know the point of this story, but that's just something that happened. I thought it was kind of funny. Okay, once we're in top 8, say if I see you up here. Well, I'm not gonna be up there because I can't go, but I'll say hi next time I see you, or say hi next time you see me. How's it going, Arnster? But yeah, thing is, every time I've gone up to Portland to play in like events, like some just like absurd shit happens to me. Either I don't top 8 because of it, or I like top 8 and then another absurd shit happens to me. Take out Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is pretty bad. The rest of these cards are, serviceable. Like at the last big event that I played in Portland was a PTQ. I was playing Blue Eye Control. I'm 4-1 against Amulet Titan. Amulet Titan player forgets to tick whenever he taps his gemstone mines. He doesn't tick them down, and I have to tell him. He playing Jun Sagman today on stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to it. I have some other decks, but I may be able. Problem with Jun Sagavan is it's like a little bit too expensive or a little bit not too expensive depending on like what the prices are at the moment for you to actually be able to play it. 6 versus Mage, maybe. May actually be correct. Oh, well, here we are. We didn't do that. I was kind of just trying to talk my story rather than play Magic as much. I need to keep this hand. Has incredibly important card in Brutality and has Inquisition and has tarmogoyf. Endurance is kind of whatever. Like if this was this hand but without Endurance, I'd keep this hand as well. No, I think you're right, Mr. Messiah. I'm kind of trying to tell a story, so I kind of just forgot it wasn't playing off. Yeah, so on there, he doesn't like tick down on his gemstone mind triggers. When I field ruined him, he tried to make the land come to play tapped with 2 Amulet of Vigors, trying to untap it twice. He went. I said, I'm gonna pass turn. He's like, okay, upkeep, trigger on the stack for my pact, and then he like looks at his hand, looks at the board state, and goes like, no, and then like taps all his stuff again. I'm gonna do this on the end step. I'm just like, you can't do that. The judge obviously let him do it. So all this happened, and then I win game 1 after he's like does all this shit. He also tries to not bounce a land back with a bounce land as well. Or Firewalker is completely irrelevant. Skullcrack is relevant. No, I'll take that. So he does all this stuff. Just like, okay, whatever, you know, I've dealt with cheaters many times. Judges literally watching it. Does nothing about any of these things, you know. Just business as usual in Magic tournaments. Nothing different. League, you want to play Sagman? Okay, I may do that after this. Then. So that's business as usual. Game 2, I realize a couple turns into the match that I left my sideboard guide out that I'd used to figure out how to sideboard. And I say, oh, forgot to put this away. Sorry. Put it away. And then the judge says, I need to call the head judge. Head judge comes over and goes like, did you have this sideboard guide out? It's like, yeah, I forgot to put it away, and I put it away as soon as I noticed it. The other guy was like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. Like, you know, he put it away. I don't think he was cheating. And then the guy goes like to my opponent, is that your sideboard guide right there? He's like, oh yeah, I forgot to put it away too. He puts it away. I then proceed to get a game loss for having my sideboard guide out. And I'm just like, he had a sideboard guide out too. Why did he not get a game loss? Like, it's not the same. Just like, what is happening to me? How is that not the same? Let's do this. I'm gonna ditch this, and then we'll be able to use Endurance next turn to some more damage in. Lightning Helix. I'll go get Overgrown Tomb, I think. Yeah. So that happens. I get a game loss, and I'm winning game 2, and I'm like pissed. Like, okay, whatever. Game 3, I keep a 2-lander on the play, like multiple pieces of interaction, and then just never draw a 3rd land for like the entire game. Don't put it away. Yeah, so it's just like. Also, a lot of the judges in Portland. There's one judge that lives in like Corvallis, which is like halfway from my city to Portland. That is like regularly like judges big events that likes me, and all the rest of them like hate me. Mainly because I was like kind of a little shit when I was like younger, and I call judges a lot. Go Beavs. No, I'm technically a Duck fan for when I do actually watch sports. So it's like, I don't know, I just every time I've interacted with like a level 3 or higher judge, like the pro tour level or like the head judges for like GPs and stuff, great experiences. Almost never had a bad problem with it. Basically, every time I've interacted with like a level 2 judge, horrid experience. Person has no idea what's going on. They say the wrong rulings, just don't know what's happening at all. Like, I also another story. In Grand Prix LA, the first GP that I ever top aided, I had a judge like that was a level 3, if not, I don't remember if he was just a level 3 or if he was the head judge. He was following me around a lot. I was playing Hardened Scales at the time. I was fairly proficient with my deck, doing like going through all the motions relatively quickly, but with accuracy. And after like he would literally be watching my match like every single round. And after like 4 rounds of it happening, I asked him like, "Hey, do you think I'm cheating? Because I see you watching my matches all the time." And he says in this accent, it's like, "No, I don't think you're cheating. I think your matches are interesting. Everyone else is playing the same decks except for you." I broke the accent obviously, but I just thought it was really funny. He's like, everyone else is playing because everyone else is playing Blue Red Phoenix and Dredge. I was playing Scales. He's like, every other one's matches are boring, and you're the only one that plays a fun deck. It's like, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. And he caught something that my opponent was doing that both me and him didn't understand the exact rulings on. And he caught it because he was watching the match, which was really nice. Somebody from Seattle. Yeah, I live in Eugene, Oregon. Little, not a little town, but like small compared to Portland, but like big compared to like small towns. Have like 150,000 people, I think. Be a bit more. I'd have to check. Let's see. 168,000. 168,000. Let's take out the Rens and bring in full mega mages. uh, it was funny how he like said that it's like, oh, I'm watching you because the other matches are boring. It's like nice. The fan has the important cards, turn removal, tarmogoyf, like brutality. Maybe able to salvage a 2/3 here. Skills nasty deck. It was very fun. Very fun and interesting deck. Mountain. Lightning bolts. Wait, Satellite City? Is that what you said? I came up with this player, clearly everyone else recognized him. Doesn't just so people watching the match. It's the guy's first back being banned for cheating. Oh. Probably like Alex Bertoncini or something. Go get overrun turn here. Feel sad that I have to do this right now. But it will get the job done. Nice, let's get rid of this Pete land. Yeah, it was I got loads and loads of stories. That's annoying. Eidolon's gonna beat me, I think. Let's see, Small City, that's the one. Oh, okay, I see. Taking matches against the Hall of Famer, didn't take match, I slowly figured out. I see, I see. Play out Tarmogoyf. Match. Yeah. I mean, I remember my first Grand Prix ever. I was 8-0 with Murpho. I was playing against Patrick Chapin. I just like absolutely demolished him. It was just like I felt the only time I was like I can't remember when I was nervous because the thing is like I used to watch a lot of poker streams even when I was younger. When it was Jason Somerville, I think it was 2014, maybe 2013. Started like streaming poker on well, not Poker Stars, like WSOP or whatever it was. think I'm supposed to be attacking. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be like that. But this is before I play like MTGO and stuff. I would watch him a lot. And I think the only tournament I ever got like kind of nervous for was my first tournament ever, which was SCG States. It was like the first SCG States event they ever did, and it capped at my local LGS. It was like 128 players, and I went 5-0, double drew into top eight. It was like even then I like wasn't even that nervous. Like when I was in top eight, I still felt like relatively fine. I think I'm winning this game because they're just gonna die to their own like idol on here. Okay. Oh, I mean, sometimes I get like nervous not because of the player I'm playing against, because of just the situation. Where I'm like, okay, I need like some things to go right for me, or I need to like play a bit tighter here to like win in my legs. Like I start shaking my legs almost from like shake, 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 and then you know, then we play or something like that. So, dude, yeah, my LGS now it has like, I mean, it used to have like one guy who played in Pro Tour a really long time ago, another person who played in the Pro Tour like very long time ago, and then that was kind of it. Like everyone else was like, everyone. We had a lot of wannabe grinders at our store that like never did anything. To be completely honest, and then like I started doing well, and that was nice. Let's see. Kill this. I go to 9. They could have like bolt, bolt, bolt. I could just keep idle on and play like forever, and then cake command them, but I run the risk of them hitting like lightning helixes. Whereas right now they need to have like a very specific hand to be able to beat me. So I think it's fun making this play. No, though I could be convinced that the other thing's better. So after the stories around, do outside, yeah. I don't know. Like LGSs are gonna be like quote unquote soft in the way that like most of the top end players and pro players don't play at LGSs comparatively to like playing online just playlists. Right? Opponent missed a couple land drops. Yeah, take those. Take those. Shows indestructible. I thought that that was a potential tap here as well. Now they're kind of locked by their own Eidolon, unless they draw a Lightning Helix, so I'm not too concerned. Because if they attack, I just no block, and then they can't cast 2 spells unless they have Lightning Helix. And if they but like they do with GP, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, what I thought the Portland players were like really good for a long time, and then I just realized it's like, oh, they're just like the same level, if not worse than me. Once I like got over my nerves and actually played good decks. I played a lot of bad decks for a long time because that like I was just like, okay, who has a deck that I can play, and I'll just play that. It wasn't like MTGO, like I could switch cards easily. Another Eidolon? Okay. Now I'm just gonna attack, I think. I can just attack pretty freely. I'll just like they double block, I'll just only kill one Eidolon. So oh yeah, I can imagine that. It's nervously on the screen. I think a double block here, but they probably should have done. Because if I had direct damage, then I would just like win the game. Now they're literally 100% Eidolon blocked. I mean, I had the out to it by just putting all the damage on one of the Eidolons. I'm not sure how many people would have figured out to do that. They literally can't cast spells, so they can all win the game. Both. They died. GG. Well played. I get my 2-3. Let's go, baby. Play. I will attack both. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Gotta grind out those PPs. Cast a spell. Eidolon's out, so they're gonna die. Trigger the Eidolon. Scoop. GG's. Easy peasy. And we got the Jund 4-1, a 2-3. Perfect. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like any of the Jund content, any of the stories I had at the end here, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch and Twitter in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.